Hey guys, I'm back. So this is part 2 of my week 44 and 45 update because I just talked too much and sorry. It is what it is. I wanted to talk about eating because I know I talked before. See, now I'm adjusting because of my butt. I talked before about how I was planning on eating while I was away and that I was just going to kind of do my own thing and not really not track but not pre-plan what I was going to eat, which is hard when you're away anyway. So how did I do with that? While I was in Portland, while I was traveling, I think I was really, on track with everything. I did protein shakes, I did protein bars, I did chicken. I think both nights we had chicken, actually, at Sarah's. Went out for lunch and I had basically like a shrimp avocado salsa. That was good. So yeah, while I was in Portland, I think, pretty much on track like I would be any other time. Once it came to the conference, maybe not quite as much. I actually said I wasn't going to track on MyFitnessPal, and then I did it anyway because I'm that obsessive. So if I was doing an experiment to see if I could stop obsessing about tracking, apparently the answer is no. Experiment failed. I don't know that I actually tracked everything because I totally was doing the grazing kind of thing. And I also, I drank on Saturday night or Friday night, and definitely didn't track all my drinks because I don't really remember. Not that I was plastered or anything. It was just that it was actually VSG Kirk who was buying drinks, was just bringing us drinks. And so I don't even know what some of them were. I sound like a lush, but whatever. So yeah, at the conference, not so good. I'll be honest. We went out for dinner a couple of times. I ate some fried food, which I don't normally eat. There was a lot of grazing. I had a lot of nuts. I had a lot of popcorn. I had a lot of nuts. I had a lot of popcorn. I had a lot of cheese. I had a lot of protein bar samples. Yeah. I don't think that's the best way of eating on an everyday basis. I think I ate more than I wanted to. I think I ate because it was there. If I had to estimate, I think tracking my calories were probably maybe between 1,100 and 1,200 on those 2 days, definitely the Friday and Saturday. But to be honest, I think they were actually even more than that with alcohol and that sort of thing. So yeah, still, if even a 1,500 calorie day is my worst binge day in 10 months, then I don't know. I guess that's not that bad. I enjoyed myself for sure. I didn't really eat things that were terrible for me. I just wasn't, it wasn't like I was eating chicken all day. The lunch that was actually provided on the Saturday of the conference was fantastic. It was basically fajitas. And so I just had chicken and fixins. I didn't take any tortillas. They don't really sit well with me. But that was really good. So that lunch was okay. Yeah, I thought I would be a little more freaked out about the way I ate, and to be honest, I wasn't. I enjoyed it, but I also realized that even after 2 or 3 days of that, I was just ready to go home and go back to my normal eating routine. I felt like I wasn't eating well. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel terrible, but I physically just felt it, I wasn't eating properly. On this Sunday, we were at Disneyland, and again, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't totally off the rails. I did have half of a churro. There's a photo of Mike and I sharing our churro, a la Lady and the Tramp. And I also had part of a Dole Whip, which I'd never had before, but I had heard was orgasmic. And I think the Dole Whip line was the longest line in the whole park that day, but I toughed it out. So that was good too. And again, one day out of 10 months, it's not like I'm not strict anymore. It's just that I understand that, this is life and I need to live it. And it may sound like I'm justifying, and I am justifying, but I also know that you just cannot go through every day the way that I normally do. That's just not going to happen for the rest of my life. I understand that. And I told myself that I would be strict during the weight loss phase, and I'm not done. But at 10 months, a lot of people are already at goal. Most people don't have a journey that's as long as mine. I've already lost 218 pounds almost. So yeah, y'all are going to just have to give me a break. This is real shit right here. Okay. Yes, I didn't eat that well. You can go on MyFitnessPal and see what I ate. And I really don't care. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that sounds bad, but it is what it is. But you know what? I came home, back on track, back eating like I always do every day. Nothing's changed. So from that point of view, and you know, I got lots of exercise the day we went to Disney. I think I walked over 16,000 steps that day. I did not gain while I was away. I really only had 3 days, 2 days where I was over my normal calorie totals, and you know, an extra day where I did have stuff that maybe I normally wouldn't eat. I don't think that's that bad. So I reached, I guess. I fulfilled my goal of not gaining while I was gone, and I lost once I came home too. So I can't complain about that. And I do think, I'm starting to believe that every once in a while you do need to shake things up a little bit and maybe up your calories for a couple of days, or just do something to shake up, you know, your body when you've been on this journey for so long. And I'm going to talk about this way more in November, but I am starting to get concerned about my metabolism. I feel like I need to start eating more. And I know that sounds odd because I weigh much less, so I should need less, but I actually feel like I need to eat more. And I can't even explain what it is. It's not just hunger. It's a physical feeling of needing to eat more just to fuel my body. And because I'm planning on stepping up my exercise a lot more, I really feel like I'm going to have to up my calories. And I want to do that in a specific way though. And so I'm going to talk more about that in November, because it's something I'm not going to do until then, because again, I'm going to be away for a couple of weeks, you know, in 10 days. So I will talk more about it, but I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that's coming, and we'll see how that goes. So that was that. And I wanted to talk about NSVs. I think that's the last thing. NSVs, yeah. So Disneyland. Went to Disneyland on the Sunday with Sarah, Kirk, Jamie, and Mike. Or Mike actually met us up a little bit later. Corey wasn't able to come, unfortunately. I hadn't been to Disneyland since I was 11 or 12 years old. That was the only time I'd ever been out to California and been to Anaheim. I hadn't been to an amusement park where I'd actually been on a ride in over 15 years. I had made excuses to pretty much everyone as to why I didn't want to go on this or that. I'm sure they knew it was because I wouldn't fit on the ride, but yeah, whatever. I didn't want to admit that it was because I wouldn't fit on the ride. I mean, I had problems fitting on rides when I was like in high school at my heaviest at like Canada's Wonderland, which is the closest like big theme park to us. And I know that theme park rides are made for bigger people now, but still. So, and Kirk made a little video and posted on his channel where I was talking about it. I did still have anxiety, even though I know at 5'10" and, you know, 245, let's say, there's no reason I shouldn't have fit on anything. But there was still a little part of me that was worried. But I did. I fit on everything that we went on with space. The very first ride we went on was Haunted Mansion. Sarah wanted to go on it because it's like all dolled up for Halloween and Christmas. And we sat together, and there was actually room, like, even between us, like, actual room between the two of us sitting together, which, you know, I remember always looking for the smallest person. Like, I would have automatically, you know, tried to ride with Jamie because she's the smallest, and I would have been like, oh my God, you know, I want to make sure there's room. But there was room. And I went on Indiana Jones with Kirk and Mike, and we totally fit. Even the seats where it's like a single seat and it's like a molded seat. So Indiana Jones is like that. The Star Wars ride is like that. Star Tours, I think it's called. I fit. The seatbelt fit easily. On the plane, same thing. Seatbelt fit easily on the plane. I could walk down the aisle without turning sideways. That was a huge thing. I could walk down the aisle and my hips didn't brush the seats or the people next to me. Huge. Don't remember the last time that happened. I could put the tray table all the way down and actually pull it out. What? Yeah, don't remember last time that happened either. Those were all really big things. It was really emotional. I almost cried a few times at Disneyland. It was really emotional. I was thinking back to being at Disney World a couple years ago with my kids and my son wanting to go on rides with me, and I had to say, Mommy can't go on that ride, or I'm not feeling well, or whatever. I didn't want to say to him, your mom is too fat to go on rides with you. But I know next time we go, which hopefully will be in a couple of years, that I'll be able to go on everything with him and with my youngest too. So it's really meaningful to me. I'm crying again. I need to have a drinking game for my videos. And every time I cry, you can just take a shot, because honestly, you'd be drunk. The last thing I wanted to talk about was the body image thing. 11 minutes. I'm going to give TJ a run for his money because he made a 38-minute video and I loved every second of it. Just saying, you should totally go watch it. I wanted to talk about body image. I haven't really talked about it in a little while, and I think I need to address that. You guys know I've definitely had some problems with the way I look and with trying to figure out how I look, how other people think I look, how I fit in, all that stuff. And I've gotten to the point in the last little while where when I look in the mirror, I never look in the mirror and see a 460-pound me. I just don't. I look in the mirror and I think I see myself for what I am, for the size that I am. But what messes with me is that when I look in the mirror, when I take a photo of myself or someone else takes a photo of me, I'm just looking at myself. I'm not looking at myself in relation to anyone else. It's just me. And so I'm comparing myself now to myself before. But I don't have a good measure of how big I really am in the overall sense of, public consumption. So obviously we took a lot of photos this weekend, and I'm having a hard time because I don't even know how to talk, what to say about it. I was shocked when I looked at photos of myself with other people at how small I was. And by how small I was, I don't mean I'm not small. I'm still, again, 5'10" and 245 or 242 today, whatever. But how small I was compared to before. And Sarah had mentioned it. She said, you've lost 10 pounds less than I weigh right now. Very soon, she will literally weigh exactly how much I've lost, probably in the next couple of weeks, I would guess. So that's crazy. Yeah, I looked at those pictures, and again, this is why I've been so emotional. So many things happened on this trip. I looked at those pictures and I thought, I look normal. I don't look small. I'm still fat. I'm still a big girl. But I'm standing in pictures with people who I think look totally normal to me, and I look normal next to them. I look freakishly tall because I am, but it was just a shocker. It was such a shocker. I think I finally got it. I finally saw, oh wow, that's really what I look like now. Yeah. And I wore that Spice Girls outfit with the tight, but yeah, I mean, really, way more revealing than I would have ever worn. And I actually felt fine and comfortable in it. And I wore 4.5-inch heels all night, and I danced. And it was great. So there were a lot of those moments, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to have finally kind of realized where I fit in, and it feels good. It feels good to just feel normal. I may not be skinny, I may not be average, but I feel like I'm normal, and that's a big victory on this journey. So that's it for this week. Stay tuned, because I actually am going to be changing my little outro, but for this week we're still going to keep it at remember to appreciate every step in your journey. Have a great week, guys. Bye.